Welcome, everyone, to episode number 9 of our podcast series, Building Better Relationships in Construction. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Sabrina. It's great to be back with you all. Today, we're diving into a topic that, well, it might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but it is incredibly powerful.
It really is. We're pulling our insights, as always, from the fantastic book, Building Better Relationships, a guide to enhance the customer relationship for home builders, remodelers, and construction managers by Paul Schwinghammer. And today's big idea is all about how you handle criticism.
Criticism. The word itself just makes you kind of tense up, doesn't it?
Exactly. And that's the point. As builders, as project managers, our most valuable asset is the strength of our relationships. But when someone, a client, a team member, points out a mistake or raises a concern, our first instinct is, what?
To get defensive. You want to justify, explain, or maybe even dismiss it. Well, that's just how it is. Or, we did the best we could with the materials we had.
Right. And while there's a time and place for explanations, Paul argues that this defensive reaction can actually erode trust over time. He proposes a really counterintuitive but much more effective response.
Absolutely. It's like a reflex. Someone says, "Hey, the drywall seam in the living room is visible," and your brain immediately jumps to the defense. You think about the humidity that day, the specific batch of mud you were using, or how the painter might have applied the primer. You're already building a case in your head.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
You thank them for it.
Thank them for criticizing you? That feels unnatural.
It does. But think about what it communicates. According to Schwinghammer, when you genuinely thank someone for their feedback, you're signaling that you value their honesty. Even when it's tough to hear, it shows you're confident enough to accept it and that you see it as a chance to improve.
Okay, that makes sense. It sort of flips the script. Instead of an attack and defense, it becomes a collaboration.
Precisely. He calls these moments deposits into the relationship bank account. You're building up goodwill, reinforcing that your relationship is based on respect and authenticity, not just getting the job done without any bumps.
I love that analogy, the relationship bank account. So what does this actually sound like in practice? Because just saying thanks could come off as sarcastic if you're not careful.
That's the key. It has to be genuine. The book provides a great script to start with. Something like, "Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate you mentioning it. If you don't tell us about these things, we can't learn and improve. Thanks for helping us do better."
Wow. Yeah, that's really disarming. If I was a client and I said, "Hey, this tile is crooked," and the contractor said that to me, I'd feel heard immediately. Not like I was starting a fight.
Exactly. It accomplishes so much. First, like you said, it disarms defensiveness. It prevents the conflict from escalating. It also signals humility and an openness to growth.
And it frames the criticism as an opportunity, not a threat. You're telling them that their voice matters, that they're part of the solution, not just someone pointing out problems.
And it encourages future honesty. If a client or a subcontractor knows they can bring up an issue without getting their head bitten off, they're more likely to mention small things before they become big things.
That creates such a healthier culture on the job site. It breaks down that fear of retribution that can be so toxic.
Right? And as you mentioned earlier, Alex, sincerity is everything. A hollow, "Thanks for your feedback" that sounds like you're reading from a corporate memo won't work.
Of course, it has to come through in your tone, your body language. You have to really mean that you value their willingness to speak up. It's about being committed to solving the issue, not just getting past the conversation.
Paul also outlines a few additional strategies to make this even more effective. It's not just about the initial "thank you."
Oh, okay, like what?
First, acknowledge the emotion or the concern behind the feedback. So instead of just saying thanks, you could say, "I understand why that's frustrating, and I really appreciate you bringing it to my attention."
Oh, that's good. That validates their feelings. It shows you're not just hearing the words, but the frustration or disappointment behind them.
Second, ask clarifying questions. Show you're actually listening. Something like, "Can you tell me more about what you're experiencing with that?" Or, "What would have made that process easier for you?"
That's active listening. It draws them in further as a problem solver. It's not just them complaining and you fixing, it's us figuring it out together.
And the third, and maybe the most crucial one, is to follow through with action. The most powerful thank yous are backed by tangible improvements. If you thank someone for their feedback and then do nothing,
then it's all just empty words. The trust is completely broken. You've shown them that you don't actually value their input at all.
exactly. And the big picture here, the reason this is so vital is that it transforms a potentially negative moment into a positive connection. Construction projects are long. Things will go wrong. Delays happen. Mistakes are made.
It's inevitable.
It is, and how you handle those moments, by embracing the criticism, thanking the person, and demonstrating a real commitment to improving, that determines whether your relationships get stronger under pressure or just crumble.
It really reinforces your reputation. You become known as someone who values honesty, who has humility, and who is focused on continuous improvement. That's a powerful brand to have, whether you're a builder, a remodeler, or a construction manager.
It all comes down to breaking that cycle of defensiveness and conflict. It starts with just a simple, heartfelt thank you. You're not just accepting feedback, you're investing in trust, rapport, and mutual respect.
Such a simple shift in mindset, but what a huge impact it can have on every project and every relationship. This is a fantastic takeaway from this groundbreaking book.
It really is. And for our listeners who want to dive deeper into these kinds of strategies, we can't recommend the book enough. Remember, you can purchase your copy. Building Better Relationships, a guide to enhancing the customer experience for home builders, remodelers, and construction managers by author Paul Schwinghammer on Amazon and Barnes & Noble in multiple formats. You can check out his website too at paulschwinghammer.com.
Definitely get a copy. It is packed with actionable advice just like this. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
Join us next time as we continue to explore more ways to build better relationships in the world of construction with a topic we can all relate to entitled Creating Space, when clients go off the deep end. Until then, stay safe and happy building.